Hello everyone, this is Rachel Noel with Purple Owl Reviews, and today I will be reviewing my very first book on YouTube. Today I am reviewing The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. The Red Queen is a dystopian future YA book, where in this future, you are judged based on the color of your blood. The Red Bloods are the common people, and they do all the hard work. They're the ones that go to war, they're the poor, the downtrodden. But the Silver Bloods are the ones with all the power. Mostly because they have powers. Think X-Men mutant kind of stuff, but family specific. For example, you can have one family of Silvers that are telepaths, or you can have another family of Silvers that can manipulate metal. Our main character, Mare, is a red blood, born, raised, completely red. Then she finds out she has an ability just like the Silvers, and she throws off the political status quo. She gets inducted into the Silver world, but she's walking on a knife's edge the entire time. If she slips up once, it will be her death. I did enjoy this book. It was an easy read, it was a good story. Aveyard does a brilliant job of quickly building this world and getting you into it. I never had a problem picking the book back up after I had to set it down. It was a quick read, and the story was quite interesting. I will say, though, that the book's greatest strength is also, for me as a reader, its biggest downfall. Aveyard repeatedly tells the reader and the main character, do not trust anyone. It is imprinted into Mare, the main character's brain. Anyone can betray anyone. So as a reader, I kept myself at an emotional distance, so when she did start getting betrayed by people, it was not as enthralling, not as dramatic for me as it could have been, because I knew it was going to happen. I knew somebody was going to betray her, if not everybody. So it kind of kept me from fully getting into this book. Another problem that I had with the book is it's kind of a stereotypical YA dystopian. You have the strong female character, you have the two romantic interests, you have a teenage girl who wants to change the world and she ends up in way over her head, and there was no real change to the formula for me. There was a change of setting, yes, that was refreshing, that was nice, but all the elements just kind of stayed the same for me. And if it's your genre, you will love this book, but for me, it was only so-so overall. So it was a good book. I do recommend it if it's your genre, but as somebody who isn't that into the YA dystopian books, I give it 3 hoots. It was a good book, just perhaps not my genre.
You say it follows a pretty typical YA formula. How necessary was that formula to the overall design of the story?
I suppose it could have been necessary, but I feel like... how do I put this? It seemed like a tired story, just a young girl raised in the slums, does something extraordinary, gets the attention of somebody rich and powerful, and ends up as a princess, and also in a rebellion. And I felt like it was just I don't want to sound mean, but to me it was just another version of a dystopian fairy tale kind of thing. Don't get me wrong, it's not exactly a happy ending, but...
Well, the real fairy tales never really were. The second question, you said that along a lot of the story you kept getting reminded, and the character kept getting reminded, that she could be betrayed at any time by anybody over and over again. Having all that, foreshadowing pushed in your face basically ruined the surprise, as it were, at the end when she finally gets betrayed, right?
that's just it. It did not feel like there was any surprise. I mean, she is in a castle, basically held prisoner in the form of a princess, under the rule, or she's being watched by a queen who has the ability to read minds. Yet she believes that she has secrets? I don't know. It's definitely meant for a YA audience. And I'm not a YA person. I'm pretty hit or miss with those books. So, for me, there was no surprise in any of the betrayals. So there we have my very first YouTube book review. I really wish I could have given you guys a 4 or even a 5. Would have been nice. But at least this way you can see how I'm going to do this, and I can show you how I list pros and cons. So if you are into YA dystopian books, by all means pick up Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. As for me, even if she does write a sequel, I will probably not be reading it. I just have no interest in the world. So I'm going to wrap up the review right there, and I encourage everyone to do what you need to find your smile today. Hoot hoot!